Yo, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I'm bringing you guys my deck profile from the Seattle regional that I just played in this past weekend. I ended up getting 10th place. I did not play MULCHARMY Fuvaros. I did not play MULCHARMY Perulia. I don't know why you would play those cards. I mean, those cards aren't really that good. You know, they're like $400 a play set. I mean, I don't know why you would play them. Those cards are low-key ass, bro. I'm not gonna lie. So I didn't play those cards. But we did get 10th place. I played U-Bell, as you guys can see by the title and by this. So yeah, let's just hop right into it, and I'll explain some stuff as we go. Before we get any further, if you guys could, drop a like on this video. Greatly appreciate it. Greatly helps out the channel. Also, there'll be a link to my Twitch down in the description. If you guys want to check that out, that would also be greatly appreciated. It is a 45-card main deck. So yeah, let's just get right into it. We play the, of course, 3 Throne and the 1 Terraforming, so 4 Throne. Most of this at the start is going to be pretty standard. 3 Beckoning Beasts, 3 Lotus, and then I opted to play the Tract and the 3 Engravers because all of these cards are full combo. I've seen people go down to 2 Engravers, which I kind of understand, but I always want to see Engraver in my hand just in case I get stopped. You know, with my plays, I go for Moon first, whatever, doesn't resolve. Or if they like try to hand trap me or something, you just activate Engraver and he responds, you know, and it's just kind of crazy. So that's it for like the 1 card starters, 1 card full combos. All these cards do full combo. Next up, we got like the engine requirement cards, I guess. We played the double Spirit of U-Bell. We played the 1 U-Bell, of course, the 1 Terror, double Grave Squirmer. Card is pretty nice, And then the 1 Lurie, the 1 Lacrima. I feel like you could play without this, but it does just make making Desiree a whole lot easier. Like, because sometimes you're missing a Light Fiend. This makes it so you're definitely not missing a Light Fiend. If you start with Engraver, then you usually don't. You're not missing a Light Fiend. But if you start Moon, like if you don't draw Engraver, then you are missing a Light Fiend for Desiree. A lot of the times, I'll make Aerial Eater with the sequence instead of actually the Desiree, and I'll make Desiree with the Tract in the graveyard later in the combo. That's like comes up if you get hand trapped and a bunch of stuff like that. You have the Tract in the graveyard to fuse and make Desiree later on. And then, of course, we have the Sharvara, the Opening, the Nightmare Pain, and I played the Reborn Chamber just to play it safe. It was good. I liked it. Plays around Super Poly and Board Breakers, so it's nice. And that's pretty much it for the engine. Let's get into the non-engine of the deck. Fun fact, I was telling this to the guys that I rode to the regional with. Shout out to everybody in the Locals Legends Discord. But this was actually my first regional with hand traps in my deck, besides like Abyssal or something for branded, obviously. But we did play a lot of hand traps. We played the 3 Ash Blossom. We played the 3 Impermanence. We played triple Droll and Lockbird. And then for the rest of the non-engine, we played 3 Droplet as well. This was like kind of weird. I would probably cut this for more hand traps in the future. It was good against like Millennium Exodia. It was good against a Memento matchup. I'll go over my matchups here at the end, but it was good in like the Memento matchup. But overall, I feel like this card was just kind of mid. I was just scared of like not seeing any hand traps, and my 6th card is like Droll or something. But you know, I did play the Droplet. It was fine. It wasn't the greatest. Probably wouldn't play it again, or maybe side deck it or something. And then to round off the rest of the non-engine was 2 Mourner. This card was absolutely crazy. The fact that you could use it on your own turn on like when they summon IP back from the graveyard or from the spell and trap zone. One time my opponent summoned the IP off of the Flameburge on my turn, and I had this and Phantasme. I just used Phantasme, but actually now that I'm thinking about it, if you guys know in the comment section, can I use like Phantasme Chainlink 1, Mourner Chainlink 2, or like opposite, like Mourner Chainlink 1, Phantasme Chainlink 2? Is that something I can do? Is that possible? I'm actually not sure about that in the chat, but it was crazy. This card is insane. It was good against Tenpai as well, which I'll talk about later, because there was a crazy game 3 against Tenpai in the last round of the tournament, which I want to talk about because there were some things that came up which everybody might not know involving Dominus Purge, or Dominus Impulse rather, which was really cool. So I'll go over that later. And then I played 2 Ghost Ogre for Centurion, and just it randomly hits, like it's a good 6 against like IP and whatnot. So I really like this card. It was good. It was fun. And then I played 1 call by and 2 talents. So a hefty amount of non-engine here. Most of these cards are really good going first and second. But these cards down here, minus these, all of these cards are good as 6 draws. So that's why I chose to play the Ogres and the Mourners mainly, because I was tired of drawing into like Valor and like a Droll or something, like something really bad on like my 6th draw. So all of these here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, all good 6 draws. So that's the main reason why I decided to go with this lineup. Centurion's getting a little bit more popular, so I played the Ghost Ogre, and also just hits other U-Bell stuff, hits Deception. So I thought Ghost Ogre was a pretty good call. Mourner was really good as well, like I said. But that's it for the main deck, bro. 45. I also really like drawing Droplet with a combination of like these cards or like double beckoning or some shit like that. You just go Droplet, send these two, make Phantom. It's crazy. And I hear a lot of people saying, because I've done this multiple times, where my hand is like this or something, and like a hand trap, and I just go main phase, go put these two back on the top of my deck to make Phantom. And everybody's like, damn, bro, you just went -2. Well, actually, would you believe me if I said I actually just went plus? Because I had 5 cards in my hand. I now have 3 cards in my hand, 3 random cards in my hand. So now I had 5 cards. I now have 4 cards. And this trades with one of their cards, so I'm breaking even. So I'm definitely not going neg. I'm at least breaking even. And after I use this, it sends a Spirit of U-Bell to the graveyard and gives me a U-Bell. So that's a halfway to Phantom. Once I link off the U-Bell, I can put back and make another Phantom. So I actually go +1. If you really think about it, bro, they say that this is -2, putting back to make Phantom. I say it's +1, bro. Hey, fight me in the comments, bro. Fight me in the comments. Off to the extra deck. Of course, we played the whole Fiendsmith extra deck. So Requiem, Closed Heaven, Sequence, Necro Crypt. Definitely thought about cutting this, and honestly, I think you can cut this. I don't think you need this with the new Lacrima, but I just had it in there because it does come up occasionally. Like if like your Fiendsmith stuff is your only play, sometimes this can come up, but I don't think you need it. And then of course the one Desiree, so that's the Fiendsmith extra deck. And then of course we played the Soul of Rage, fucking god card right here, bro. 3 interruptions in 1 card. We got the Yama, we got the Muckraker, the SP Little Knight, we got the QCR Goddess, shout out Kevin, GOAT. Then of course we played the double U-Bow, double Phantom. I really want to play 3 because the card's freaking custom, but I only had enough space for 2. The one Aerial Eater card's broken, makes the Engraver stuff full combo, and then for Rudress and the Wave High King Caesar, I literally was thinking like a day before the tournament, like I'm about to cut this card because I never make it in my standard combo really. But when you get hand trapped, it does come up to make this card. Like a lot of the times I would end on Soul of Rage. You guys saw I played the Chamber. But there's some game states where you'll get hand trapped and then you just end on this. You don't link it off so that, you know, you don't summon it off Chamber, and then you just overlay the Sharvara and make the Caesar. Like I ended on Caesar and Soul of Rage a decent amount. Going second into the Snake Eye Fire King as a Mina deck, I had to break the board and I couldn't set up full end board on the crackback, you know, past to him. So I ended on like High King and Soul of Rage, and it was insane. I made this card so much yesterday, and it was crazy because I really thought about cutting it because I was like, I never make this card, but I made it like 3-4 times at the tournament, so it was definitely really good. This card's kind of crazy. Side deck, we played 3 Thrusts and D Barrier. This has been a staple since Tenpai is always running around, bro. I like D Barrier over like Threatening Roar or something because it's more versatile. You can use this in other matchups. Even though calling Fusion on yourself doesn't feel the greatest. I've never done that before. I've only usually sided this in against Tenpai. But something like Branded or something, like in the last regional, not this one, but the last one, it came up, like siding in D Barrier. So, I mean, the card's good. D Barrier against, Centurion, Synchro decks, I think it's a little more versatile. And then I played one DDG for the Fire King Snake Eye matchup. It never came up against Fire King Snake Eye. I only played against one of that deck, and it was the first round, and I 2-0'd him, so I never went first. I went second both times, and so I never sided this card in. But this did come up against Salad, and it let me survive the turn against Salad, and then I was able to win on the crackback. So yeah, 3 Bestials. These cards are like falling a little bit out of favor because a lot of people are cutting the Fiendsmith package for, to be able to play Dominus Impulse. I played against one Voiceless. I sided it in against Voiceless. I sided it in against Centurion, but it wasn't even good against Centurion. Probably shouldn't even have sided it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think you really need this format unless something changes. But yeah, next up I played 3 Phantasme. Like I said, no chummies anywhere in the deck, so we need some draw cards. And it's a body to make Moon. It's a targeting protection. Card's kind of nice. And I played 2 Nib, just because I'm playing a whole bunch of other hand traps. Good against like Ritual Beast and Snake Eye, so card's fine. I liked it. I didn't draw it, but in theory, I like it with the other hand traps that I play. And then the last 2 cards, just anti-shifter cards, the Mannequin Cat and the Chaos Hunter. I got this idea from Sam and Pack. I know people have done this before, like in tier format, try to do this. So it's not like new or anything, but they did bring it back because shifter is a problem. I sided it in a good amount, but I never actually had to make it because I actually don't think I got shifted, but maybe one time in a game 1 or something like that. So I never actually got to resolve these. But I did side it in one time and I drew it, which was kind of funny. But yeah, I mean, I like this package. It's definitely better than like cross out and shifter in your side deck for sure, because you always just have access to this if you have access to the 3 Dark Beckoning Beasts or the field spells. So yeah. So I forgot to talk about this when I was going over my non-engine, but the reason why I played the hand trap version over like the board breaker version with the cash cards, which I was trying, and I do like that version of the deck. The cash cards are crazy, but the thing is, with the chummy in the format, if you have a whole bunch of breakers in your hand and like a unicorn or something, you're just dead. So you need these hand traps in case you do get Fuvarost, so you can at least have a chance to like survive. Like a good amount of the time when I would get Fuvarost, like this came up in my Tenpai matchup, which I kind of wanted to talk about with you guys. So this was game 3 against Tenpai. He goes Perulia, Fuvarost, both of them, right? And then I had the Mourner in my hand. I had some other engine cards. I had the Planet. All right, I had the Nightmare Throne. So I go Throne, and I search for, of course, the Spirit of Yubel. I hard drew Nightmare Pain, by the way, because I'm the GOAT in the Tenpai matchup. I did hard draw Nightmare Pain, which I did a lot during the tournament. Fucking hard draw Nightmare Pain, which was annoying, but it was clutch in this moment. So this was like my hand. I had some other cards like Squirmer or some shit like that. I don't remember exactly. But he goes, like I said, Perulia, Fuvaros, and draw phase. By the way, you have to shotgun the Fuvaros if you know you're playing against Yubel. If it's game 1, fair enough, don't drop it. But you do run the risk of them just going these 2 into Phantom for a +1. So like I said, double Fuvaros. He has like 3 in hand or something like that. And then he goes like field spell, search Chandra, pitch like Imperm or something like that, right? And then he goes like normal Chandra, battle phase. I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then he goes attack with Chandra. And then I go on attack deck, activate Spirit of Yubel to summon. And then he goes chain Dominus Impulse. But he discarded Imperm earlier in the turn, so he had a trap in his graveyard. And something that I didn't learn till round 5 of the tournament, or round 6 of the tournament, is that Dominus Impulse is actually mandatory to destroy. So if you have a trap in your graveyard and you Dominus Impulse something, it's mandatory to destroy. So I'm pretty sure you guys can see where this is going. This is on the field, by the way. So on attack deck, I go Spirit to summon. He goes Dominus Impulse with the quickness, doesn't even think about it. And I'm like, okay, I send it immediately to grave, and then he starts reading the card. He's like, wait, I don't know if I'm going to destroy. I'm like, Spirit Effect. I'm like, it's mandatory to destroy. I summon Spirit of Yubel, and he proceeds to OTK himself. He attacks with Chandra, summons out Pydra. Pydra effect, set Kaiman or whatever. And I'm like, okay. And then he doesn't attack with this because at this point he already took 3k. He just goes effect to synchro summon. So he summons out the Biden Dragon. He goes Biden Dragon effect. I chain Mourner. And so that's negated. Then he goes Kaiman because he had double Kaiman. He set one and then he had one in his hand. It was like his last card or whatever. So he goes activate Kaiman, summon out Fadra. Fadra effect Reborn. And at this point, he's just like checkmated because his only way to out this in battle phase is to summon back the Biden Dragon, which is under Mourner. So he'll burn 26. And at this point, he's only declared one attack. So 3 attacks have to be declared. So he declared one attack. He took 3k, 15 from this, 15 from this. And then he goes like attack with the Fadra, takes 31 because of this and this. And then synchros off the Biden Dragon. He burns 26. He's at like 500 and he can't do anything. He can't summon back the Biden to pop this. Because he just loses. Like, he just loses. This doesn't activate or anything. He made the Transcendent Dragon to where I can't activate anything in the battle phase, but this doesn't even activate. So I wouldn't be able to activate this, but the second you do your third attack, because you only attack twice, he needs the third attack to Reborn pop this. So he just gets checkmated by this. So that was like my plan under Fuvros. It's just hope I draw hand traps and I could like Throne into Spirit of Yubel, make it harder for them to kill me. But yeah, that was it, bro. Like, this deck, I will say, is probably not the best pick for the format. I think I like Centurion a lot. I think that's like the best like budget pick. If you don't want to play the Snake Eyes or something like that, it's probably the best pick would be Centurion. But I just played this. It was fun. It was what I had been practicing, so I was comfortable with it. I actually wasn't that comfortable with it, but it's fine. I knew the deck was really good, and it's like they're not always going to draw Fuvros. I also have the 3 Ash Blossoms, 1 called by, so I have 4 outs in 45, and then hopefully I just have enough hand traps to be able to just weather the storm and survive the turn. So yeah, man, that's gonna do it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys made it this far in the video, obviously I'm trolling about Fuvros and Perulia being bad cards. Like, obviously they're just crazy. I just didn't want to drop 400 for the regionals. If I was going to YCS or something, sure, whatever, I'll buy it, but or borrow it, something, whatever. Nobody has Fuvros to borrow right now, though. Just get that out the way. Nobody's letting you borrow a Fuvros right now. But yeah, man, hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.